Hello people. Since this PC doesn't have a camera, I'm just going to use my phone and record this video. This is my mini PC that my friend sent me a few years back. Now I'm running Debian Linux here, and I'm in the folder where my source code is for CPU Chaste chess. Now, you know I published my Tetris game on Steam, Chaste Tris. But Chaste Chess is going to be the next thing I release. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type make here, and I'm going to show you how this works. So I type make, and then what it does here is it's already compiled, and it has a whole bunch of debugging information. First of all, let's go back to the terminal. I just want to show you right at the beginning. It runs this command. We're using SDL version 2 here, along with the SDL2 image extension library. That is for loading the chess pieces. Now, what it does is it initializes a checkerboard and prints it to the console just to make sure the pieces are in the right place, so the SDL program is compiled correctly, and I have all these variables, all this debugging information. This is all to let me know, is each piece loaded successfully? What's its size? And I know all this information, but does the program know? Does the computer know this information? That's the point. I probably could remove some of the debugging information. Anyway, let's go back to the window here. When you first load this game, we see in rainbow colors Chaste Chess using the like DOS font from a long time ago. It's the same font I used in Chaste Tris. Now we have all of the pieces here. Chess pieces are all here. This is the Merida set, which is used on many free open source chess websites, including Lead Chess. Now the way this works is if I click on a square, it will tell me like, oh, this is a blank space. Piece can't move there, whatever. Technically, that is incorrect what it's saying there. But if I were to click this pawn, see, then it shows I've selected the D2 pawn, but where is it going to go? That's why question mark. Now, if we click this, we're moving the pawn 2 spaces. Every time you click a piece, it shows where it highlights in green where that piece can move to. Getting the code for that was hard. So here's what we're going to do here. We're going to move this pawn here, and let's say black accepts the queen. Now, notice that when a piece can capture another piece, then it's highlighted in blue. This is a capture. So then that black captures that, white goes here, will take the full center control. We have both pawns in the center. Now black will, let's just say that black, moves a knight out here. And then white can capture this pawn here, and this is where it gets a little bit freaky. So this knight comes here, and notice how every time a piece moves that it has a rainbow trail behind it. That's just because I did that, because I have to make chess gay, right? That's just how I do things. So this is one of my favorite openings here. So we move the knight out here, right? And then black comes here, tries to pin the knight. They think, they won't move the knight because then they'll kill their queen. Okay, so we move the knight anyway. And then black is thinking, okay, I'm going to kill the queen. Yeah. Okay, then the bishop comes here, and this is checkmate. However, now though this is checkmate in a real game of chess, see this position? The king can't move to the empty square over here because that spot is covered by the knight. But remember, this is a game that I made. So what happens? The king captures the bishop. The knight kills the king, and you can kill the king in this game. That's what's so special about this chess game. All right, so now the knight is forking the queen and the rook. Black cannot save both. So black chooses to, save the save the queen and kills white's pawn. Then white comes here and does that. See, here's the thing is this game continues until all of the pieces are captured, basically, because once all of the pieces are removed from the board, technically there's always going to be one piece remaining. Then you can't, there's nothing to click and move anymore. But that's just the way this game operates, you see, is that you can move these pieces and there's a rainbow trail. And it also tells you, oh, you moved from this square to that square. Now, my game has an internal way of knowing, okay, well, this is this square, we're moving to this square. Oh, and also, if I do V, we can flip the board. So now, let's see here. So if this, if the E1, king on E1 goes to D1, which it couldn't do in a real game of chess, but this is my own game, Chaste Chess. It's a complete sandbox. So yeah, so the king moved from E1 to D1. So you see that it's correct even though we flipped the direction of the board now. So now the queen kills the king, you know, the rook kills the queen, and that's how you play this game. Basically, what chaste chess is chess in its purest form, hence the name chaste. The idea is that just like a real chessboard, I have a real chessboard, by the way. It is under the table. I have a nice chess set on this table underneath here. I don't know if you can see that. I have a real chess set, but let's be real. My real chess set nobody uses because I have no friends. Instead, I play chess online so that I can record videos of playing chess. But this game that I made, this is all made with SDL version 2. And there's also SDL version 1 and 3 on this computer, but SDL version 2 I have the most experience in. But I'm going to show you something really freaky. Once I go over here and I press the escape key, look at this. Look at what happens. Now, this is what's crazy. Notice how the pieces are moving by themselves, and it's the exact same sequence as what the moves I made earlier. See how the sequence of moves is? That's basically how it is. But now here's what's funny about it, is that, did you see that? Do you see how that king moved all the way there? Well, it's a little bit freaky because at a certain point, I flipped the view. Remember, I flipped the view in mid-game? When I flipped the view in mid-game, it has a little bit of a bug where it moves the piece that would have been in that spot originally. So there's a few bugs to work out, but honestly, it doesn't matter that much because now I'm thinking of publishing this game on Steam, but at the same time, and I think I can sell it too, because like chess is ancient. I don't think anybody can own a copyright or patent on chess itself. But I don't know if anyone would actually pay to use this program or not. As cool as it is, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. But I mean, there's still more work to do on it. But the point is, this is a game that I've had in development and I have had such little time to work on. But it's pretty cool. You got to admit, this is pretty cool, being able to move these pieces. And also it has a log of every piece that moved, where it moved. There's a certain notation I use. It uses the X and Y values of where it's moving to, the first two numbers, and then where it's moving from, and then moving to. So there's a lot of code. I mean, there's just a whole lot of code here. Because if I were to exit there, see, we have all of this code here. There's all this code, guys. For example, here is the free basic font. I used free basic. Let me use control. Let me zoom in on this. Okay. So basically, here's how this works. All the characters are bitmaps. They're stored in this image, and I had to set down my phone to use the control key to zoom in on this. But it's loading for all the text. It literally loads all this. This doesn't use a TrueType font. It's a bitmap font. I kind of like that old style. Anyway, enough for that. I just wanted to show off my game I've been making here.